Okay, so starting off, we actually have a situation. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's over, but it was developing yesterday. I just wanted to see what the outcome of this was going to be. I wanted to actually see the situation happening between Elon Musk and Mark Cuban. Now, Mark Cuban is somebody that I used to respect. Of course, for the last couple of years, he's lost my trust over and over again. And I was like, okay, what is this guy talking about? And then I just did not want to see him anymore on my feed because I was just getting so annoyed about what he was saying. Because during COVID, he was just saying all the businesses should just shut down. Don't worry about it. Big Daddy government's going to take care of you. During the COVID times, our businesses needed to be open so then we can have enough money to actually survive. So if our business, our family business was not open during COVID, then we would have had no money because the government was not giving money to organizations and businesses that were seen as necessary. And the businesses that were seen as quote unquote necessary were deemed by the government. So we were seen as a necessary business, so we had to be open. So that was lucky for us, we could be open, but then at the same exact time, we had to go along with their protocols. We needed to go along with their 6 feet guidelines. We needed to close a lot of tables down. It was crazy times. It was not a fun time to be open around that time. But of course, Mark Cuban doesn't care because he's just a billionaire anyway. We saw time and time again how disconnected he actually is from reality, and he doesn't want to accept the fact that he's the upper class. He is a rich people. He is a rich man, and he owns a lot of corporations that make millions and millions of dollars. That's why he does not have to deal with anything when it actually happens. That's why he wants to push all of his policies on us, the people. But then instead of taking accountability for what he's actually pushing, then he's just going to say, no, you do that, and then I'm just going to be in my separate world over here. It's not right at all. People should be really calling him out on this, because especially during the COVID times when all the businesses were closed, he was telling us to also close our businesses, but he was still making money. He was getting all the incentives in the world for his businesses to shut down, and then he was telling us, the people that cannot afford to have our businesses shut down, oh yeah, shut down your business. Oh no, listen to Dr. Fauci. It was just annoying time and time again, so I said, no, I'm gonna stop listening to this guy. I don't want to listen to his nonsense anymore. So then that's what I did. So what had happened, they were talking about a situation that was developing on X, the platform that used to be called Twitter, between him and Elon Musk. This whole entire conversation started because of the fact that Elon Musk, looking back at Elon Musk, some of Elon Musk's tweets, some of them have since been deleted because of the fact that Mark Cuban decided to block Elon Musk for some strange reason. Going back and remembering exactly how this conversation even started, this is all because of the fact that DEI has taken a strong hold on our society, on our businesses, and Elon Musk called Mark Cuban out, or not directly but indirectly, and saying, listen, this DEI thing is not working whatsoever. So then that's exactly when Mark Cuban came in and said, oh, you do not know what you're talking about, Elon Musk. Okay, so this all started on 1/3/24. This was on the 3rd of January because of the fact that Elon Musk actually tweeted, discrimination based on the race, which DEI does, is literally the definition of racism, which is actually very true because of the fact that if you are hiring somebody solely because of the color of their skin, that's racism. You're judging people based off of the color of their skin, which we said is protected under our amendments. So why would we go back in time and say, no, that is actually not against our amendments now, just because it's benefiting people? Just because you're saying, oh no, just imagine this. I mean, that's going to be on the tombstone of conservatism. Imagine if it was on the other way around. But for a second, can we just look at the other way around? If we were to say that we were going to be hiring white people on a higher scale, or on a different ratio than the percentage of people that we are going to be hiring that are black, and we are going to be sitting and looking at their skin color 100% of the time to determine if they're qualified for the job or not, that's racism. That's going back to Jim Crow laws. But then, of course, because of the fact that it is the other way around, we're hiring black people just because of the color of their skin. We're allowing them to get into schools. We're allowing them to get into universities. And then on top of that, we're allowing them to get all of these scholarship programs just because of the color of their skin too. The scholarship programs that you cannot get in if you are white. There's scholarship programs that you can get into if you are black. And there's schools that you can get into, like Harvard, that allow people to get into Harvard at a lower scale just because of the fact of your of the color of your skin. So if you are black, you can get into Harvard at a better rate than white people because of the fact that they say, no, there's too many white people at Harvard. We need some more black people. Just like Asian people. Asian people have a harder time of getting into Harvard because Harvard has so many Asian people already. So that's what they're saying. That's their excuse, not my excuse. That's not what I'm saying. That's what Harvard is saying. Based on the admission and how many people actually got into Harvard, that's exactly what had happened. I'm not saying this. This is exactly what they're doing. Now that we're on the same exact page here, this is exactly what had happened. Discrimination based on race, which DEI does, is literally the definition of racism. That's what Elon Musk said. Now that we have the background about the situation here, Mark Cuban then reposted, or I should say we retweeted with a lengthy quote tweet and said, "Let me help you out and give you my thoughts on DEI. Number 1, diversity. Good businesses look where others don't. To find the employees that will put your business in the best possible position to succeed." I'll stop you right there. If you need to look at skin color to choose who the best person is for the job, then that's not the best person for the job, honey. That's not the best person for the job. The best person for the job is depending on their specifications for that job position, and then also looking at the history at which that person has. If you are looking based off of the color of their skin, then that's not where their skill set is. That's not where their skill set is. That's where their skin color is. So if you're looking at somebody's skin and saying, "Oh, I think that you know how to," I think you know how to I don't know, something so unproportionally racist. It's like, "Oh, I think you know how to," like a white person, "Oh, I know how you don't use spices at all." Like, okay, so if we were to say that the other way around, and then you were just going to go up to a black person and say, "Oh no, I know that you like chicken wings." Like that's rude to say. So of course you're going to be basing this qualification of the job based off of what their skill set is, not their skin color. So if, like I said, if you need to look at their skin color to determine if they're right for the job, then that's not the right way to hire. I take it as given there are people of various races, ethnicities, orientation, etc. that are regularly excluded from the hiring consideration. Okay, so when? Because that's a violation of our 14th Amendment. When was this? During Jim Crow laws? By extending our hiring search to include them, we can find people that are more qualified. The loss of DEI-phobic companies is my gain. Okay, but the thing is, at the same exact time, if those companies are not hiring a person based off of their skill set, then that person is not right for the job. That's why you look at somebody's skill set rather than their skin color. And then if you want to hire those people that don't have a good skill set, just because you think that your company is going to be better, it's not. It's really not. All of the people that are smart, like Elon Musk, are going to be hiring the people that have the skill set for the job instead of the skin color for the job. And then Mark Cuban can take all of the people that nobody else really wants because they don't have as good as a skill set as everybody else, and Mark Cuban's going to have a second company. Not first, probably not even second, probably third or fourth, because of the fact that the people that he is hiring is not as good as the people that other people want to hire based off of the skill set alone. 1A, we live in a country with very diverse demographics. In this era, where trust of businesses can be hard to come by, people tend to connect more easily to people who are like them. Having a workforce that is diverse and respective of your stakeholders is good for business. Okay, no, it's actually not. If I look at the percentage of people that invested in a stock, and I see that 30% of people that invested in a stock are black, or 30% of people that invested in the stock are Asian, I'm not going to go out and hire 30% Asians and fire the rest of the workforce. That's not going to be good for business. So what are you talking about, Mark Cuban? It does not make any sense what you're saying. And number 2, this is what he's saying. Equity. Treating people equally does not mean treating them the same. I made the mistake for a lot of years of thinking I did. Okay, so you're sitting here saying that what? Just because of the color of their skin, you need to treat people more poorly? Is that what you're saying? So what? Just because of the color of their skin, what? You think that you should give black people easier jobs? That's racist in itself. That's disgusting. So we're going back in time. So this anti-racist thing is in itself racist. You're saying that black people are not cut out for the job because why? It just does not make any sense to me. And then now you're going to make the job easier. That's racist. Equity is a core principle of business. Put your employees in a position to succeed. Okay, so why would you sign them up for a job that they cannot qualify for just based off of their skin color alone? Doesn't make any sense here. Recognize their differences and play their strengths wherever possible. It is not a hard concept, but it is not easy to implement. Most workforces don't have the depth of management to do this well. When it's not done well, it can create tension and resentment, yet because of the fact that you're hiring people based off of their skin color alone and not their skill set. Number 3, inclusion. One of my favorite sayings is that great employees reduce the stress of those around them. Great companies create environments that reduce unnecessary stress on their employees. I'm not talking about hitting quota or getting the product out the door stress, which in turn increases productivity. Okay, so now it does not make any sense. I don't think that this guy has seen the production floor of a company in years. I don't think that this guy has gone into the production floor, because if you go into production floors, you will see that they're on time most of the time because of the fact that they're rushing employees to get things done. They said, no, we need this to be safe. Here's a counter of how many days that we've went without an incident. Let's advertise the fact that we need to be safe here. We need to work fast. We need to work effective, and we need to be in an assembly line form. If somebody's not here, you need to step up because of the fact that they're not here. They're not going to sit here and say, oh, it reduces unnecessary stress. No, there's stress in every single life in America because of the fact that this economy is where it is. That is what inclusion is all about, making all employees, no matter who they are and who and what and how they see themselves, feel comfortable in their environment and able to do their jobs. Again, it's not easy. Okay, so the thing is that your job is not to make an employee feel comfortable. Your job is to provide the job for the employee and incentivize the employee to work harder by monetary gain, right? So paying them. Why DEI is like healthcare. Okay, so healthcare, and now he's gonna spat all of his leftist talking points because of the fact that he loves healthcare. He loves big daddy government paying you and allowing you to do whatever you want. So number 5. So what's the conclusion? If you don't think that there's a need for DEI and it doesn't create a competitive advantage for your company, just look at the X post replies quotes below. Okay, so you think that the majority of people is not going to, you think that your core audience, which is mostly leftist, is going to contribute to Elon Musk rethinking his business ideas and then going back in time and then saying, well, all of this that I achieved, you know what, just throw that out the window, because we need to hire black people now. We need to hire people that are not that do not reach the specifications of skill set that I need for the job, but instead based off of their skin color alone. It's not right. And if we were to say this in the opposite way, oh no, your skin color does not match what I need on this form here, so that's why I'm going to hire this white person instead of you. That's racist. But then if we turn it around, what? It's not racist all of a sudden? It's still racist. We don't have to sit here and pretend as if it's not racist. It is racist. Okay, so if you think that there's no need, okay, so I just read that. There are the same people that work for you or are your coworkers. Everyone is entitled to their point of view, but these same feelings, even if they are not said out loud, are heard loud and clear at work. Okay, so Mark Cuban, when's the last time you went to your workforce and you said, so what do you think about us firing you to replace you with a black person? Let's see how your workforce actually, takes that information. And then Elon Musk tweeted, responded to all of this, the 5 things that Mark Cuban said, and said, cool. So when should we expect to see the short, white / Asian woman on the Mavis? And Mark Cuban responded an ESPN article and said, Mark Cuban may draft Brittany Griner. So Mark Cuban actually owns a basketball company, and I guess he will allow a woman, Brittany Griner, to be on a man's team. I really don't think that this is going to work. You're putting a lady on the man's team. I just don't get what Mark Cuban is actually saying, because nobody's going to watch you. So that's all Elon Musk tweeted. And then Elon Musk tweeted a few other things that said, a few years ago, Mark Cuban actually said, yes, I'm bigoted. I know. Tweeted the video and said, this explains Mark Cuban's ridiculous overcompensation regarding racism. The same thing happened with Me Too. Guys who got busted suddenly became fake irreverent feminists because of the fact that if they were caught with the Me Too movement, they became feminists immediately to just cover their tracks.